Looking for help for a dynasty football league, a normal NFL fantasy football league, or just a normal football fan and excited for the NFL draft? Well, here we go. We're starting our NFL scouting reports today. Let's get this thing going. A lot of information in this video. We're going to have little tiny chapters and sections that you guys can click around in the comment sections if you guys don't want to watch the entire video. But if you're interested in dynasty football or just a normal football league, or again, just a simple football fan and excited because you think your team's going to draft some of these players, be sure to stay tuned. The series starts today. We got a lot to discuss. And again, you're going to want to watch the entire video for the best analysis possible. But if not, and you want to skip around for certain players that you may be interested in drafting in, be sure to check the comment section and click to the guy that you want to see. Let's hop right into this thing.
180. 180, set.
Hello and welcome to this Nick from Top Notch Sports. And today we're going to the 2023 NFL Offensive Tackle Scouting Analysis for this upcoming year's draft. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of guys to go over today. Again, we got a lot of sheets. 1 sheet of notes, 2 sheet of notes, 3 sheets of notes, 4 sheets of notes, 5 sheets of notes. There's 5 sheets I got to go over today of the notes I have made. A lot of stuff. I want to get this video done as fast as possible. I actually got a meeting for the 32 GM Content Creator Mock Draft that we're going to be doing on April 15th, 4 p.m. Eastern. You're going to want to stay tuned to that. But for right now, let's hop right into this thing. I'm going to discuss all these guys. If you guys want to, look at these guys, there's going to be little tiny, chapters and check marks and timestamps in the comment section below. Be sure to use them so you can find the guy that maybe your team already drafted if you're watching this after the draft, or if you would like a guy and you want to look into him, check out what I got to say about these guys. And the last thing I want to mention is this. My ranking comes down to, the ranking is the most annoying part. Well, where do you have them ranked? 1, 2, or 3, et cetera, et cetera. The main thing is this. I'm going to give you analysis. Be sure to check out the analysis, not the rankings at the end. The rankings at the end will come to the opportunity, coaching, et cetera, et cetera. Not all these players are going to be put in the same exact situation and asked to do the same things. So listen to the analysis. Let me know what you think. Maybe I do miss on the analysis. That's definitely possible. But the ranking is the most annoying part to being held accountable. I do hold myself accountable for that, for the ranking. But again, I really want to stress, check out the analysis. All right, let's hop right into this thing right now. All right, here are my 2023 offensive tackle prospects. First things first, we got to do is look at the grading scale. Okay, so what do I grade? Well, I look at their run blocking, their pass blocking, their toughness, their IQ, and their footwork. And this is after my complete analysis after their film study and their combine. All right, so what's my track record, right? Everyone wants to know, what's your track record? How have you been doing? Well, I've been scouting this position since 2020. 2020, I had Jedrick Wills 1, Mekhi Becton 2, Andrew Thomas 3, Tristan Wirfs 4. I know Tristan Wirfs. Everyone's going to knock me and say he's a number 1 guy. I still don't know if he's a number 1 guy. I know he got a lot of hype because they won the Super Bowl that year, and he's very good. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if I can go out and say, he is absolutely the number 1 guy. I thought he would be much better at a guard position. He's been playing tackle in the NFL, but again, I still have my questions about him. I know, look, the media, they get on somebody, they start to love this guy. Oh, this is the best guy. This is the best guy. This is the best guy. And everyone starts believing it. I do think Jedrick Wills' film's all right. I do feel like Andrew Thomas's film has been really good lately. And Mekhi Becton, when he's healthy, he looked good too. The big thing about Mekhi Becton is his health. If he can stay healthy, I feel like he could absolutely end up being one of the best guys. Again, these guys are still young. Offensive tackle is something that we're going to look down 5, 6, 7 years from now and then do our official ranking. But right now, I can say 2020 was definitely up in the air. I can say I definitely missed on a few guys in 2020. 2021, Penei Sewell 1, Rashawn Slater 2. I like both of those picks still right now. I almost had Slater over Sewell, but I went Sewell over Slater. Eichenberg 3. He's a guy that I loved his film. Loved his film. He's definitely starting a little bit in the NFL, went to guard. We'll see how he does eventually. Tevin Jenkins, he hasn't been doing that great. Dylan Raduns, I still like his film. I still remember watching him to this day. Jackson Carman, I remember watching him with this guy Jackson that we used to do the channel with. Jackson, you're watching this video. Congratulations. I would love to still break him down. You watched him with me. Britt Wool, when he gets his hands on him, went to Cincinnati. Samuel Cosme, James Hudson, Jalen Mayfield, I believe he went to the Falcons. Spencer Brown, he went to the Bills. Big fan of his. If you go back and watch my scouting report on him, I actually liked him. Big guy, had a lot of potential. Brendan James, Alex Leatherwood, I can say I got that one right. He was most people's top 5 offensive tackle. I had him down at 12, so I was right there. Walker Little, he's definitely been a little bit injury prone. He was injured, hurt coming out of college, and then he went to the Jaguars, doing all right, but not great. I missed on Christian Darrisaw. He's definitely not the 14th ranked guy, but the same reason why I had Leatherwood ranked low and got that right, I had some concerns on Christian Darrisaw, but I was wrong on Darrisaw. So again, I know everyone's going to be like, oh, you missed Darrisaw, you're terrible. No, the same reasons why I was right about Leatherwood, the same reason why I was right about Walker Little, Brendan James, Jalen Mayfield being lower, Allard Jackson, and I was right on Sewell, right on Jedrick Wills, right on Rashawn Slater, and those guys, because I'm willing to make swings. I'm willing to swing. If you don't swing, you're not going to hit a damn home run. You got to swing for the fences. So I'm going to swing for the fences at times. And last year, Ike Mekwonu was my number 1 ranked guy. I can say I was probably right on that. I wasn't high on Evan Neal originally. And I kind of am starting to regret this. I had Charles Cross ranked at 2. I ended up putting Evan Neal at 2 because I like his potential with his size. And again, I think he will be all right. But I did have Charles Cross ranked over him for a long time. Trevor Penning 4. So far, I still like my top 4. Bernard Raymond, Nicholas Petit-Ferrari, Thayer Munford. I'll be honest with you. I think I knocked this one out of the ballpark, to be honest with you. I feel like Thayer Munford looked good. Raymond, I know that he started a little bit in the beginning, but he ended up looking pretty good. Nicholas Petit-Ferrari's all right, too. So there's a lot of guys here I like, okay? So again, let me know what you think about my track record, but now let's hop in to the actual thing. Here's the first guy, according to the grade scale. Now, again, this is not my personal rankings. My personal rankings will be at the end. Earned a 77 grade. That means he earned 77% of the possible points being able to be earned. Cody Mauch. 6'5", 302, 32-inch reach. This kid plays left tackle. He plays with some of the best toughness I have ever seen. He's willing to block until the whistle blows and runs his defenders into the ground. He's a phenomenal run blocker as he gets a lot of drive. He does not get many passing reps, unfortunately, but he does a good job at anchoring down. I would like to see him, get more pass, game reps, but it looks like he does a pretty good job, and you can just tell by him, he's a guy that's willing to work his tail off, at the NFL level too. I'm betting on this guy. I am certain he will be starting somewhere on the O-line, even if it's, it needs to be guard. I think he would be a great guard if he cannot get, his pass blocking to the next level at the NFL. So my whole point is this with Cody Mauch. I think he would be a lot better at the offensive guard position. I said the same thing about Ike Ekwonu last year. I mean, it's not that they can't play tackle. Ike Ekwonu, I definitely was higher on than Mauch at playing tackle. Mauch definitely going to be better suited at guard. But again, this is a guy that's just a tough son of a gun. He blocks until the whistle blows. He's a great run blocker, and he anchors down. His weaknesses, I'm going to still say I think he would be better at guard than tackle, okay? So that's just me. Doesn't have a lot of pass blocking reps on film, a lot of run blocking, okay, over there. And his footwork's not the greatest either. I question, does he have the most flexible hips in the world to be able to get those fast, twitchy guys around the edge? I don't know. But at guard, I feel like this guy could be a top 5, 6, 7 guard, maybe even top 3 if he really gets to it in a few years, guard in the NFL. I said the same thing about Ike Ekwonu. I said if Kwonu went to guard, I feel he'd be right up there with, Quentin Nelson. Right now, you put Cody Mauch at guard, he's fighting for one of the best guard spots in the National Football League, in my opinion. The way this guy plays, I have no doubt he would do a great job at guard. The question is, can he play tackle at the next level? And I'm going to bet on him because I know this guy is, going to work his tail off. Here's his breakdown. Again, I'm not going to show you guys all these. You guys can look at these. I'm not going to break them down. So again, take a look. Let me know what you think. Here's the next guy. Peter Skoronski earned a 73 as his grade. Here's his note. 6'4", 313, 32-inch reach. This kid's a left tackle on film. He seems like a guy who can be special, but the film did not pop as great as I thought it should have. He does a good job in the run game because he can maul defenders, which shows his toughness. He does not, get beat often in the pass game, but there are many reps that, that are missing. Just something, it's not the greatest on every single rep. I'm unsure if he has the ability to block a quick, finesse rusher around the outside, which is usually the toughest task for any of these offensive tackles at the college level. I did not see him get many reps against a quick elite edge rusher. Okay, I know that's like a tongue twister there. An elite edge rusher. I didn't just see a lot of it, on a college tape. So again, that's going to be interesting when he goes up against someone like Myles Garrett or, Mad Max Crosby or someone on those lines. So again, I'm interested to see how he does against an elite, quick edge rusher around the outside. Therefore, it is tough to grade him extremely high, especially in the pass blocking category. One thing he did very well, in my opinion, was keeping his eyes up for blitzing backers. He did a great job anchoring edge rushers down, but I did not see him wash a defender around the quarterback on film that I watched. This shows that he has he's great against, power rushing defenders. Let's put it that way. But makes me wonder how he'll fare against a quick edge rusher. If there's good film against quick rushers, then I will rank him much higher because he has the ability to mold defenders in the run game. And, I did not see him have flexible hips on his film. So what does this mean? He's already against the power guys, a guy that's going to try to run through him. He'll do a good job anchoring down. The thing is, can he, does he have the flexibility to really seal off that edge? That's the question. So this is what we got here, okay? He molds defenders. Great toughness. He keeps his eyes up for sure. Watches blitzing linebackers. Multiple pass blocking reps. There are, he does it a lot on film. But sometimes when I see it, it's like something's missing at times. Good run blocking, good pass blocking, good IQ. Question, flexible hips. Doesn't seem like he has that, and footwork. Again, those flexible hips, footwork, they kind of go hand in hand. I question if he can get outside to those quick edge rushers. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy under 72 as a grade, Blake Freeland. Big, tall guy, big guy. 6'8", 302, 33-inch reach. Again, all these guys are right around 32, 33-inch reach. 32-inch, not the greatest. 33 is about average. You got 34, 35, 36. That's phenomenal, okay? And there's a few guys in the draft that has it. But 6'8", big guy. All right, let's see his notes. This kid plays left tackle. He does a great job picking up stunts and smushing defenders on inside rushes. Seems like a brick wall when he gets his hands on the defender. He plays with toughness. He tends to do a pretty good job staying in front of the defender. He is able to anchor down and flush defenders around the quarterback. I like to see that he's capable of doing both. So again, he doesn't really have weaknesses, to be honest with you. He has everything you really want to say. Picks up stunts. Good job. He's a brick wall when he gets his hands on. When he gets his hands on, key word. Okay, he needs to get his hands on. If he doesn't get his hands on, sometimes he loses. But again, main thing is he's a brick wall when he gets his hands on. Toughness, good toughness on film. He does a good job anchoring. What do I mean by anchoring? When a guy runs into him, he's good at anchoring down, setting his feet down, not really letting him drive him back much. And he's good at flushing defenders. If a defender wants to take this outside lane, he'll flush him around the quarterback. If the quarterback's right here, okay, see this red dot I got here? He'll flush them around the outside of the quarterback. So the quarterback, now if I'm the quarterback again, and I see the guys flushing around me, I'm going to step up in the pocket, or I can even step up and go around if I want to run. So again, flushing a guy is a good thing. Good job pass blocking, good job at IQ. Not really many weaknesses. There's not many things that are great, but there's quite a few, to be honest. And he doesn't have anything that I would consider a weakness of his. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy under 72 as his grade, Zion Nelson. Unofficially, he's the only guy that's unofficial, okay, was injured. 6'5", 316, 35-inch reach. If he really has a 35-inch reach, I already like this guy. I would like him even more. I don't know what his measurements are going to come in at, so we got to wait and see for his pro day, hopefully. This kid plays left tackle. He fell down boards due to what I believe was a knee injury. There was no film available for 2022, so I had to watch 2021 film, which I usually don't like to do, but again, if you're hurt, I got it. He is pretty tough in the run game. He shows toughness and does a great job blowing defenders back. He also does a great job flushing defenders around the quarterback and anchoring down. I think he shows great signs of being a good lineman. The injury is going to be the biggest concern for me and other analysts. So again, what are his strengths? Good in the run game, good toughness. He drives defenders, flushes them out, and anchors them. And he's good at pass blocking. What are his weaknesses? I'm going to be honest with you. His only weakness is injury concern. And I want to see what he measures in at. But if this guy can heal well, from this knee injury, which is concerning, but I also got Andrew Voorhees ranked very high, and he just tore his ACL. So again, just because you got an injury doesn't mean I'm going to completely flank you. His film is good. I hope the injury doesn't set his career back, but man, oh man, I'll tell you something. His tape is good, and if it's just off tape, he needs to be ranked high on everyone's boards. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, Richard Gouraige. 72 as his grade. 6'5", 306, 34-inch reach. Again, slightly above average on that reach. I like to see it. This kid plays left tackle. I think he could be a sleeper late. Many experts have him falling later, but I think he has the ability to be a really great late steal. He plays with good technique and uses both flush outs and anchoring to stop edge rushers. He is good in the run game as well, as he gets great drive. I also see him calling out blitzes and figuring out the blitz, when it's coming. He has potential to be a great player for a team willing to take a chance on him. Whether or not he starts year one will be the question, but I think if given a chance, he will succeed. Maybe some early struggles, but he has the ability to be great with proper coaching. This is a guy I'm willing to, wave my flag for. I'm willing to, do whatever I got to do to say this is a guy I would love to take a chance on. If I'm coaching, this is a guy I'm taking, especially if I can get him late, man. This would be a great steal. So what are his strengths? Good technique. He's able to anchor guys and flush them. Good run blocker. Great drive. Calls out blitzes. I see him calling out blitzes at the line. A lot of college guys don't even do that. Good at pass blocking, because he anchors and flushes. That's his technique. All these things kind of add up. And good IQ. There really ain't a weakness on his film. Not many things are great, but there isn't something I would consider a weakness. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, Dawand Jones, earned a 70 as his grade. All right, what are his notes? Well, 6'8", 374, 36-inch reach. Holy shit. I just crapped myself. 6'8", 374, 36-inch reach. That's crazy. I don't know what Mekhi Becton, ranked compared to him on this scale. I'll have to look that up. And hopefully, if I don't, have it in this video, be sure to comment me. I'll make sure to, tell you the comparison at a later date. This kid plays right tackle. He's a great run blocker that is willing to use both techniques in the pass game. In the run game, he seals off defenders and climbs to the second level. He is really good at smushing inside pass rushing moves. He is able to anchor down edge rushers or flush them around the quarterback. I like to see both strategies being used. He is a large man, which I love, but I fear possible injuries. And players constantly lean on his legs a lot on film. And he seems to slip a lot, too, while blocking, which is really interesting. So what are his strengths? Big guy. 6'8", 374. I mean, just look at this monster. Long arms, 36-inch arms. Huge. Great run blocker. Able to anchor down and flush, and good pass blocking guy. A weakness, his big size. That could lead to injuries. We saw this with Mekhi Becton. This is something that definitely raised concerns. He slips a lot. And again, I kind of credit that maybe to possibly not the greatest footwork either. Okay, so that's Dawand Jones. Ton of potential. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And here's the next guy. Paris Johnson earned a 68 as a grade. 6'6", 313, 36-inch reach. 36-inch reach. Huge. I love it. I'm going to tell you again. I love it. What are his notes? This kid plays left tackle. He's able to anchor down, but I also saw him wash out the quick edge rushers, which I like to see. His blocking abilities are all right, but they both need some work. He showed signs of toughness at times, but I would not consider him a tough guy. I like what I see with his protection pickups. He seems really smart and always picks up the rusher, but sometimes loses to blitzing linebackers even after diagnosing the play. One of my main concerns is that this system got the ball out very quickly, so Johnson did not have to hold up very long. His pass blocking at the next level may need to get worked on before being an above-average offensive tackle, especially for a quarterback's blind side. He has the tools, just needs to be coached. As for his run blocking, he gets to where he needs to be, but he does not get much drive when blocking in the run game. He also whiffs a good amount. Interested to see where he goes and how he will do day one. So what are his strengths? Long arms, 36-inch reach. That's phenomenal. Anchors and flushes defenders, great at picking up blitzes. Weaknesses, he loses to some blitzing linebackers. He gets blown backwards at times. He played in the college offense. Boom, ball got out pretty quickly. Okay, I mean, it's not extremely quick, but it's quick. A lot of screen passes and bubble screens and this and that. And a normal, 3-step drop back, got to hold up for 3.5, 4, sometimes 4.5 seconds. I don't know if he could do that, but again, I like his upside. Not the greatest run blocking because he doesn't get much drive and on occasion he whiffs. Okay, so they all kind of play hand in hand with one another. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And here's the next guy, Braeden Daniels, 6'4", 294, 33-inch reach. Earned a 68 as his grade. This kid plays left tackle. He's an old school blocker, in my opinion. The entire offense seems like it revolved around him. They run behind him, and he does a good job in the pass game as well. He plays with toughness and is good in the run game. He can anchor down or flush the edge rushers. Does he get beat occasionally? Yes, but I like that he uses both techniques. I'll tell you something. This is a guy, again, I really liked what I saw. They ran behind this guy. They, consistently. There's another guy like that, Trent Williams, in the NFL. I'm not comparing him to Trent Williams. I'm just trying to say, they run behind that guy, and they know that he will secure his guy on the pass blocking situation. He's all around. Braeden Daniels is a guy that when I watched his tape, they ran at him because they knew he would do a good job. So the entire offense was built around him. Plays with good toughness and anchors and flushes guys. Weakness, footwork's not the greatest for sure. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, Ryan Hayes, 67 as a grade. 6'6", 298, 32-inch arms. All right, we're back down to the smaller arms again. This kid's a left tackle. He does a great job in the run game as he can get to the second level and seal off defenders very well. He also does a great job picking up stunts. He gets beat way too often around the edge, though, which is very concerning to me. I did see him flush and anchor, but he needs to he needs to get out of his stance a lot faster and a lot quicker. And when he does that, that will help him defend the quick edge rusher. Because again, he does get beat a lot around the edge. And, if he gets out of his stance quicker, he may be able to do a better job setting up for pass protection around the edge. So what are his strengths? Great in the run game, good at getting to the second level, seals off defenders, good toughness. Pass blocking is a weakness, footwork's a weakness. This is a guy, in my opinion, we can very well see move to guard and probably be pretty dang good because he can seal off defenders and he's good in the run game. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that as we go to our next sheet. Here's the next guy, Broderick Jones, earned a 65 as his grade. 6'5", 311, 34-inch arms. Here's the notes. This kid plays left tackle. He can both run and pass block pretty well. I wanted to see him show me that he has flexible hips and can block against the fast edge rushers, but once again, I could not find this on his film. He does a pretty good job anchoring down like Skoronski, but I did not see him flush the rusher around the quarterback like Johnson could. His run blocking is pretty good, and he shows signs of toughness. So what are his strengths? He anchors down well. What are his weaknesses? Footwork and flexible hips. Again, nothing too special height, weight, or arm-wise. Slightly above average arms. Here's his breakdown. You're allowed to look at that. And here's the next guy, Darnell Wright, earned a 65 as his grade. 6'5", 333, 33-inch arms. Again, physicals, a little bit heavier, which I like to say, personally for my tackles, or guards, I like heavier. As long as it's not killing you, making you slow. 33-inch arms, about average, 6'5". All right, size. This kid's a right tackle. He does a good job at picking up stunts or blitzing backers. He does occasionally whiff on some runs, but he drives defenders well down the field. I did see him wash the defender around the quarterback, but I did see him, do a good job. Sorry, I did not see him wash the defender around the quarterback, but I did see him do a good job anchoring defenders. When he gets his hands on the defender, they usually are stopped. Okay, so again, this is another guy that's a brick wall. All right, so what are his strengths? Picks up stunts and linebackers. He drives defenders. He does a good job driving them in the run game, blowing them back. He anchors defenders well. And he's a pretty good brick wall. When he gets his hands on, he's good. The question is, can he get his hands on all the time? Kind of reminds me of Jackson Carman a little bit. So Jackson Keithley, if you're watching this damn thing, let me know if you heard that. Weakness, footwork. Again, it's just a lot of these guys, I want to see flexible hips. I want to see footwork. Again, just something that I did note down for Darnell Wright. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy. Earned a 63 as his grade, Anton Harrison. 6'4", 315, 34-inch reach. This kid plays left tackle. He's able to pick up stunts, which is a good sign. Sometimes he gets beat by the quick edge rusher. When he pulls for run blocking, he misses at times. Seems lazy when the play extends, does not block until the whistle blows. Some blocking attempts seem lazy as well. Shows signs of toughness. In the run game, he's able to and capable of climbing to the second level when he wants to. The main issue with him is consistency. He will play pretty damn well for most of the game, but he does take plays off on occasion. And I hate that. Everyone knows me, man. I mean, you take plays off. That reminded me of Leatherwood. I didn't really like coming out of the draft. So again, I'm not saying that he's going to be the next Leatherwood. I'm just saying, it does concern me. Consistency does not always block until the whistle blows. But again, 34-inch arm, 6'4". I mean, he has all right size. I mean, not great. 34-inch arm, slightly above average, 6'4", 315, all right. I mean, that's about typical for this draft class at least. All right, so what are his strengths? He picks up stunts, and he does a good job climbing to the second level when he wants to. His weaknesses, footwork, run blocking, and he's lazy at times. He does not block until the whistle blows, and that just comes down to being consistent. I question his consistency. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, earned a 63 as his grade, Warren McClendon, 6'4", 306, 34-inch reach. This kid's a right tackle on the film I watched. When he gets his hands on the defender, he seems like he can be a brick wall. He is not the most agile guy in the world, but if he goes to the second level, and when he goes, he gets there slowly, but he does get there. I mean, he's very slow moving. He climbs slowly, but man, he does get to the second level, and he's pretty good at it. So what are his strengths? He's a brick wall and he gets to the second level. What do I mean by brick wall? Okay, I keep on saying this. That means he is good at, once he gets his hands on the player, he's good at holding them there. Okay? He doesn't get swatted. He's a brick wall when he gets his hands on. There are times he doesn't get his hands on, and that's when he's not that great. Weakness, run blocking. He's not the greatest, most agile, run blocker in the world. So this all kinds of adds up, He can get to the second level, but again, because of his lack of agility, because of his lack of footwork, because of his lack of just, sprinting out of his stance and getting to that second level, these are all issues. And I just want to list as a weakness so you guys know that. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. All right, we're almost done here. Let's see what we got. Here's the next guy. Earned a 62 as his grade, Matthew Bergeron. Okay? 6'5", 318, 33-inch reach. Here's his notes. This kid plays left tackle. He's an interesting guy to watch. He's able to block some of the better pass rushers, but I question his want to. There are many plays where I see him fire out of his stance and pass block very well, but there are other plays where he just seems slightly lackadaisical. He seems to do a good job when he gets his hands on the defender, but there are times where he gets beat by a quick moves around the outside. There are other times where he gets off quick and has no problem. One thing for certain, I do not see the bend of his hips. You need flexibility to play tackle, especially if you do not get off quickly every play. He lacks the flexibility. He does not get a good enough pass, push, on occasion too, or drive defenders on the run game. So again, something to look into is drive, his push, and honestly, from a perspective of just, of a want, does he want to block? I question his want because again, there are plays that he looks great, there are plays that he looks bad. Good get off on occasion. When he gets off well, he's fine. Question is, does he want to get off well? And when he doesn't get off well, his consistency starts to, fall. Weakness, run blocking. Again, I mentioned some of the flaws there. Toughness. I want to see you block until that damn whistle blows. I want to see you run somebody into the ground. Didn't see that. Footwork, inconsistency. I question his want, and he lacks the flexibility, in my opinion. Could be good if he wants it. We'll see. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, 62 as his grade. Carter Warren, 6'5", 311, 35-inch reach. That's a very good reach. Very good reach. That's up there. This kid plays left tackle. He does not impress me that much on film that I watched. He got beat around the outside too often for my comfort and did not even attempt to assist that much in the run game. I wanted to see fight out of linemen, and there was little to be seen. He is all right in pass protection when he gets hands on, which is his best trait. He also does an all right job trying to stay in front of the defender. All right, so again, not too great film, but again, he has good arm length, so again, this is somebody that maybe a coach can coach up. He can be all right. He's a brick wall when he gets his hands on him. Weaknesses, run blocking, toughness, footwork, and again, just that, in my opinion, I could almost put there too, that want. I want to see him be a little bit tougher. I want to see him play physical, until the whistle blows. I want to see him actually try in the run game, et cetera, et cetera. Here's his breakdown. You're more welcome to look at that. Here's the next guy, Jaelyn Duncan, earned a 60 as his grade, 6'6", 306, 33-inch reach. This is a guy that ranked very low on my grade scale. Very high on most people's boards, earn a low grade scale. And again, we'll see what I say. This kid plays left tackle. He does a good job run blocking on poles. Seems like he gives up on plays too soon. There are many plays where he just is standing around, gets beat when defenders swat his arms down, and he struggles against quicker to finesse rushers around the outside. He does a pretty good job anchoring down. Overall, I saw a good amount of pressures allowed. Too many sloppy plays for my liking. So again, what do I say? Good job at, polling. He does a good job polling on times. That's something I noted down. But his weakness, run blocking, pass blocking, and again, these are a bunch of B minuses. So they're not, oh, he's horrible. Oh my God. Again, you'll see in a second, a bunch of B minuses. That means that you can work with it. But again, weakness compared to these other guys, for sure. He needs to build on it. But again, it's not like he got a D minus or a C, a C minus or something. B minus, C plus, I start to get a little bit concerned. I usually give people B minuses as like a low, C plus, really low in my opinion. But this guy probably got a bunch of B minuses. So pass block, run block, I consider that, a little bit weak compared to the position. IQ, footwork, gives up, and he stands around. Now that's something I do hate. Don't give up on the play. Don't stand around. Hit somebody. If there's nobody to hit, find someone to hit. Okay, that's what I love to see from my alignment. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. And like I said, all B minuses. Here's the next guy. Last guy on the list, Tyler Steen, earned a 57 as a grade. 6'6", 321, 32-inch reach. All right, let's see his notes. This kid plays left tackle. I did not like his film at all. When he gets off the line well and gets in his pass protection, he's all right, as he can flush the defender around the quarterback. That was the only true positive I saw in his film. He misses blocking assignments, gets blown backwards, and whiffs on some run blocks. On top of all that, when it gets his hands on the defender, he does not hold his blocks long, and I'm not a fan. So what are his strengths? He flushes defenders. Congratulations, hallelujah. Weaknesses, run blocking, pass blocking, toughness, IQ, footwork, misses assignments, and gets blown backwards. Plain and simple, listen to my analysis. I just said, don't just look at these weaknesses. You're trashing them. I told you what I thought about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, again, I mean, he's all right in the pass game, but just doesn't hold his blocks too long, okay? So, again, if he can fix that, shows me his wants, doesn't miss assignments, doesn't get blown backwards, this guy could be all right, because he flushes defenders. All right, so let's see his breakdown. Here's his breakdown. You're more than welcome to look at that. All right, so here's my 2020 offensive tackle grades, rankings according to the grade scale. Again, this is the order that we just went over. Cody Mauch 1, Skoronski 2, Freeland 3, Zion Nelson 4, Gouraige 5, Jones 6, Dawand Jones that is, Paris Johnson 7, Daniels 8, Hayes 9, Broderick Jones 10, Darnell Wright 11, Anton Harrison 12, McClendon 13, Bergeron 14, Warren 15, Duncan 16, Steen 17. Again, this is according to my grade scale, not my personal analysis. Now, let's look at my personal analysis. Here's my left tackle personal analysis for my 2023 season. Okay, so who do I got as the best left tackles? Peter Skoronski 1, Cody Mauch 2, Paris Johnson 3, Zion Nelson 4, Blake Freeland 5, Richard 6, Broderick Jones 7, Braeden Daniels 8, Anton Harrison 9, Hayes 10, Warren 11, Duncan 12, Bergeron 13, Steen 14. That's my left tackle. For my right tackle, there's only 3 guys that primarily played right tackle this year. Dawand Jones 1, Darnell Wright 2, Warren McClendon 3. For my versatile rankings, there wasn't many guys that I watched that played both, on the tape I watched. Now, there are guys that played both. I'm not saying that. Maybe there's a guy that played in 2022 and then played something in 2021. Okay, I didn't go, look at all that. I just watched the tape, and if they played left tackle in all their film, they got listed at left tackle, and they played right tackle all their film, they got played at right tackle. So there was nobody this year they got listed as a versatile guy, in these. Now, there's some guys that can do both, but I just didn't see in the tape I did, so I can't speak on this matter. Here's my 2023 offensive tackle rankings personal analysis. This is what everyone wants to say. Who do I got as my number 1? Who do I got as my number 17? Well, here's the list. Peter Skoronski 1, Dawand Jones 2, Cody Mauch 3, Paris Johnson 4, Zion Nelson 5, Blake Freeman 6, Richard Gouraige 7, Broderick Jones 8, Braeden Daniels 9, Darnell Wright 10, Anton Harrison 11, Ryan Hayes 12, Carter Warren 13, Jaelyn Duncan 14, Warren McClendon 15, Matthew Bergeron 16, Tyler Steen 17. Let me explain myself real fast. It's tough, fellas. This year was tough. I don't think there's a clear-cut number 1 guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Based off a pure film, I love Cody Mauch. I just don't know. And again, it sounds weird to say this because I don't know if Peter Skoronski also has the physicals, right? Cody Mauch and Skoronski both a little bit smaller. Don't have the longest arms. Dawand Jones smokes both of them in that category. But then you look at someone like Paris Johnson again, bigger guy, long arms, could be the number one guy. And he is on a lot of people's thing. But again, Paris Johnson is ranked this high for me because of his physicals, not because of his tape. I think there's many flaws in Paris Johnson's tape. Where Peter Skoronski and Cody Mauch, I feel Cody Mauch is flawless in my opinion. Again, I think he's better suited at guard, but he shows really good signs of just being a really good heck of a lineman. Dawand Jones is a guy, real good tackle in my opinion. Going to be really good, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Nelson's a guy low on most people's board because of injury, but I think he could be really special. And same thing with Blake Freeland. The guys I'm really low on that most people aren't. Broderick Jones, low on him, but I'm not saying he's terrible. You know what I'm saying? Just lower, because I really like a guy like Rich. Rich was a phenomenal guy. Darnell Wright, I got pretty high. And Jaelyn Duncan, I definitely got lower than most people. So now I'm going to go back and talk to you. So give me 2 seconds, and I'll just break this video down. All right, here I am. I am back. All right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I went over that. Hopefully that was around like 30, 40 minutes probably for you guys. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Again, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to adjust these rankings as I get going. But right now, again, I want to stress this is off of film that I watch, okay? I'm not going to base it off what the media saying. I know they want to rank this guy here, that guy here. Just understand that the guys I got ranked higher are guys that I'm high on, okay? And again, if I was coaching, I would want them on my team. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, not too many questions, but again, go back, watch my analysis, let me know what you think. And last thing I want to mention is this. This year's offensive tackle draft class is tough. I'm going to be the first one to say it's tough. Anybody could be the number one guy. Anybody could be the bust this year. But again, if I'm betting on somebody, Cody Mauch, I feel like could be a phenomenal guy. Not as an offensive tackle necessarily, but just a great offensive lineman in this league. And I think he has multiple uses. Blake Freeland, Rich, those are 2 guys I have as sleepers for sure. I think they're going to be very good. And Zion Nelson as well. Because Zion Nelson, again, if it wasn't for his injury, I think he would be really good. His tape was flawless in 2021. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'll see you guys soon. Peace. We are Built Better.